Hi, I'm John Smith. I'm a machinery systems engineer with the University of Nebraska. I'm located at the Panhandle Research and Extension Center in Scottsbluff. And one of the things that I work on is planters, and particularly seed spacing accuracy of planters. And how that relates to sunflowers is this. Each year, the National Sunflower Association does a survey of growers and, among other things, asks them what are the issues, what are the problems they see in the production of sunflowers. This year, 2008, the second most concerning problem to the producers has been plant spacing. Now, there are several issues involved with plant spacing. One of them is it can be the planter, and that's what I want to talk about. But there are other issues that can be as bad or worse than the planter, and we know this combination of things, in fact, is what really occurs in the field. There can be things like poor seed moisture, poor seed soil contact, the seed can be planted too deep, there can be residue in the furrow, it can be insects, it can be disease, it can be a number of things. But what I want to talk about a little bit today is the role of the planter on delivery of an accurate seed spacing, which in turn hopefully will give accurate spacing of the plants and uniform size of the heads and thus the seeds, which is particularly important for confection sunflowers. As we look at the planter, there are several issues that we might break out. One would be the drive of the meter unit, another would be the meter unit itself, and the third could be the seed tube, the channel that delivers the seed to the actual furrow. If we start with the drive mechanism, why that is important is it must turn very uniformly for the meter unit to turn uniformly to give us accurate seed spacing. The drive unit is very important, and we need to look at that. From a general perspective, the meter usually is our biggest concern and issue and where we think of most for seed spacing accuracy. If we look at a sunflower seed, it's not round. It tends to be flat, long, all the things that make it very difficult for a planter, good as they are today, to give us one seed per cell for right down the row, every one we want. So that's the first issue that we're wrestling with any planter. We're not dealing with a nice round seed like perhaps a pelleted sugar beet seed, but instead we're looking at an odd shape that's irregular and difficult. So it's a difficult chore for the planter to singulate every seed just exactly as we want. But as we look at the meter units, we tested 3 popular planters. There are certainly other planters that growers are using, but the 3 that we looked at included the Case 1200 series, their newer vacuum planter. We looked at the John Deere MaxEmerge vacuum planter, and we looked at the John Deere finger pickup. And those 3 planters all can handle sunflower seed. They all are used by producers in sunflower production, but there's some things we need to look at and understand so that we can use each one of those planters to its maximum ability. The Case, all in all, is an excellent planter. It's the flat plate design, the newer design that was originally developed in Europe many years ago and now has moved into planter design here in the U.S. It basically has no cell in the plate, but instead a hole, and singulation is controlled by the size of the hole in the plate, by a singulator, and by the amount of vacuum. As we look at the Case planter, it'll handle a wide range of seed with a minimum number of plates and with the least amount of sensitivity to things like vacuum and singulator setting. It's an excellent planter. Will handle all sizes of confection seed and all sizes of oil seed. The Deere vacuum planter has maybe a little more sensitivity, some issues with seed size. It can be set up either as a cell planter, in which the plate actually has a cell that the seed needs to fit into, and there you can imagine as we change size of seed that different seed size responds differently to the same size cell on the plate. So we have to be aware of cell size with a cell type plate. Deere also offers a flat plate design, which then means you need to add what they term a doubles eliminator, which helps singulate one seed per plate hole. So when we order flat plates, we have to remember to order the singulator also if the planter doesn't already come equipped that way. Another issue with the Deere planters in particular is the width of the seed tube. If you're planting the long, narrow confection sunflower seed, we've found that some seed will occasionally stick in that seed tube. We've never seen it plug the seed tube, but we know they stick there, and when they stick there, then following seed come down and hit that seed and thus are altered in their trajectory into the furrow